who the heck are you? Who is Antoinette? I'm sorry. Who is Antoine?
Antoinette, that's my ex-girlfriend. Um, that's
Great way to start.
I know that's such an interesting topic in itself. Um, Antoine is just, a guy that was created with no purpose. Let's be honest about it, okay? Like most of we, we're all out here having sex and we create kids and we just say, "Fuck those kids. I'm worried about myself." And so I just had to create myself. I had to create a purpose. I had to build myself, and I learned through other people, other families, and kind of tribal, and just built myself to who I am today. And I'm basically just a good dude. I have a lot of morale. I have a lot of character. I'm kind of an asshole, you know, but not purposely, just because out of protection, because we all have to protect ourselves, Um,
Fair
but
enough.
yeah,
Okay, so we know who Antoine is.
right.
Who's AB?
AB is just like, see, it's just such a long story, but AB stands for two different things. So when I first got the name from my uncle, you know, he was like, your name should be AB, Antonio Banderas, right? Because he's like, you're just so smooth. Like you're like Antonio Banderas from the movie and shit. That's what he said. I used to look like that and all that. Mind you, he's from the Bronx, New York. Let's give it up to the boogie down. And so he has a lot of culture and so yeah, so he gave me that. And then it just became something different after college, because I learned that I was a leader, and I lead and I follow. So I'm alpha beta because I'm an alpha and I'm a beta. Sometimes you have to be a beta if you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Sure, fair enough. I feel like I'm a beta most of the time.
Oh my God. Are you a wife?
I'm a wife.
Does that mean that you're a beta?
Why can't we play Switch?
Exactly.
So tell me, Alpha Beta, Antonio Banderas. I kind of like the Alpha Beta.
Yeah, a lot of women do. A lot of women
Yeah.
do, because I got a little thing for it. So it's, my name is Alpha Beta. Sometimes I lead, sometimes I follow. And so with women, it throws them off, because most men are supposed to be like, yeah, and I know what the hell I'm doing, and no, you don't. I'll be first person to tell you, like, babe, are you more of an expert at this than me? Lead.
It's good that you know your place.
I know my place. I know where I belong. I belong to myself. You know what I mean? And that's why I need to learn how to bow down to a woman. I need to learn how to bow down and succumb to her control. And you are exactly right. That's where I'm at.
Time and experience. Sometimes we need to walk in the desert for 40 years in order to find our way through the wilderness.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. We have things to accomplish. Like, women are great. I love women, and I especially black women, but I'm on a mission. That's why they can't capture me and I can't capture them, because at the end of the day, I have goals I want to accomplish.
So you keep talking about this mission.
Yeah.
Is it have anything to do with who Lifestyle is?
Lifestyle. It does have a lot to do with lifestyle. Lifestyle is my rap name that was given to me by a good friend. And the word says sometimes, friends hurt us, but, secret love, we want to stay away from that. So, he's a good friend, but we stay at a distance. But he heard my music, and I've known him for a while, and he knows how I live. And, he said, I have a whole lifestyle, like it's a whole culture behind me. It's a whole movement behind me. For example, I drink out of a glass. Most people don't drink out of a glass. They're like, that's bougie shit. You're a bougie Negro. And I'm like, no, no, no. First of all, it's healthier to drink out of a glass, because there's not all these estrogen chemicals that I'm digesting. But, it's just a certain culture I live. I have an Aussie puppy. Um, I just live a lifestyle.
You have a puppy.
I have a puppy.
And what's your puppy's name?
His name is Cash Jackson, the last action hero. And
It's hilarious.
and so everything, this is what I'm saying. This is why I'm lifestyle, because everything has a culture to it. Everything has its place in a phenomenal background to it. But there's Cash is 7 months now. And he's an Australian Shepherd. Let me tell you, this dog is one of the most difficult dogs to have, but I love him. He's so obedient and he's really good. But yeah, he's a lot of work. So
fair enough.
Yeah, I'm hoping that some Disney director is walking in my neighborhood one day and just is like, "Who is this dog? I need him for a movie. Yes, I've been waiting to turn him into Beyonce."
So I wanna go back for a moment.
Okay.
So you talked about lifestyle. You talked about being some kind of rapper.
Right.
Let's talk more about that. Let's talk about a little bit more about this movement, this culture, this lifestyle that people say that you are.
Right. Well, number one thing is, growing up in the 90s, as a kid, not living the 90s, I was born in 86, so I watched all the great cartoons coming up. We'll talk about that. But it's just different, and I kept a lot of that energy. I kept a lot of that love. And the music now is just detrimental to children and to us. Really, you are what you eat. You are what you intake through your senses and your opening. So I just wanted to change it. And lifestyle is supposed to be bringing in a way to live your life, if you will, a way to live your behavioral character, morale, and a way to just, keep persevering through failures and things like that. It's a lifestyle to do that. It includes God. It includes a lot of working out. It includes, a lot of health things as far as taking care of the body and knowing about the body. But, it's a lifestyle. Like, everybody lives their particular cultural lifestyle, quote unquote, off. So I want to do something for the kids really when I'm rapping. It's not going to be all the way about the kids, but they need some type of more positive influence as far as music is concerned. And, adults need correction.
Fair enough.
And, yeah.
Sometimes we all misstep and we think we know everything, and therefore we need no correction. But the reality is, most of the time, we're wrong. And we need other people to show us the light. One of the things that I want to talk about next is, you mentioned failure, perseverance, and I feel like this first episode is perseverance in its own right.
Right.
So that brings me to my question. Why start a podcast?
Oh, because why not start a podcast really is the question. But I've been, we've both been researching podcasts for quite some time now. And it hasn't even reached its full potential yet. It's really just starting out. And podcasting, I think that, it's just really just starting out. It's kind of like Amazon when it just came out. And we need some of the right opinions. We need people with good character to stand up against some of the stuff that's the content that's being put out. Because the thing with media in our own, what's the word? See, I need your help. I'm gonna need your help, Tiffany. What is the word I'm looking for? Our attention spans. Our attention spans are so short now that whatever we absorb tends to stay with us, and then we're on to the next thing, but we don't know it's already in our subconscious mind, and we're acting it out throughout our day. So you are what you eat, you are what you intake through your senses. And a lot of the content out here is just nonsense. It's not going to make people better people for the next beyond. We're in the millennium. we should act like it. We act like we're in the Stone Age, but like in a modern era. And I just think with this podcast, vice versa, it's going to bring people to the right megahertz. We got to bring them up, their frequency up.
You're talking a lot of generalities here. So let me put a fine tooth point on it. Why should people care about this podcast?
Vice versa is here to give you reflection from two different counterparts, from the feminine and from the masculine, the vice and the versa. And I feel like people need that. People need to understand what really women are thinking about firsthand, real time, on certain subject matters, as well as women need to know what men are thinking about. And I think that'll increase our cooperation in relationships, not just for love, but for purpose and generality of global perspective. We're turning into a global thing. Okay. And we're going to have to get along. Women, if we had a round of applause right now, I would clap it, because shout out to women all across the round of applause. Shout out to women across the world. You guys, you women, and I don't say y'all because you all are very unique and individual, but you women have played the chess game well, and you have came up from millennial, decades of suffrage and oppression and mental and physical.
Maybe not suffrage, maybe suffering.
There we go.
Yeah.
Tiffany, this is why we have a co-host. This is why. You know what I'm saying?
They're so close, but so far away.
I'm just, give me like 2 seconds. I just need to plug in my charger, because all of a sudden, yeah. But yeah, shout out to women across the world. You women have just transformed life in the way things have, they need to be done, and men need to accept it. And I think a lot of the problems and issues that we're having is because both of us are kind of lashing out. We're both empowered. It's like, yeah, she like, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah. Okay, let's figure this out. And so vice versa is here to just really, let's find our lanes together. It doesn't matter if the male wants to play the background. It doesn't matter if the female wants to play the background. Who cares? The purpose is the mission.
The purpose is collaboration on an international scale.
Right.
Across cultures, across genders, across whatever sex you want to be these days.
Oh my God, I have a story for that. I met an omnisexual. So, when I'm like omnisexual, so when she told me that, I really had to process this, because the first thing I think of when I think of omni is I think of God, but I also think of omnivore. And I'm like, so that means you eat anything. So omnisexual just eats anything sexually.
So I have here, omnisexual,
yes,
often shortened to omni, is an orientation defined as a sexual attraction to all genders, though gender often still plays a role in one's attraction. So
this woman was fine, by the way.
Pansexuals can be called gender blind. They do not see or think about gender. They are only attracted to the person.
So yeah. However, so pansexual is attracted to who you are, no matter what you are, and omnisexual is attracted to what you are, no matter who you are.
Is that right? So it says here in Urban Dictionary, hey, I'm coming out as omnisexual, person's friend. Huh? What does that mean? Person. It means I like all genders, but I like one gender the most, which is girls.
Exactly.
Person's
so
friend.
She's mostly into girls.
Haha. Okay.
Yeah, she is mostly into girls, but the other stuff.
This is a new term for me.
Thank you. It was for me too. I processed it already. Clap that up.
Sometimes I think the whole. So this is getting. Uh,
We're making progress. That's what we're doing.
yeah, yeah. I feel like. Is it getting out of hand?
With
We're
all
all
these
special.
genders,
We're all special snowflakes. We have to come up with our own special term. What do you think drives that?
mental health. This is what I'm saying. This is why mental health is important, because growing up as children, whoever, wherever you're at, matters how you come up, because that holds weight on what decisions you're going to make and what influences are allowed to influence you, because you control what influences are allowed to influence you. As you get older and become as your mind develops. Um, but yeah, I mean, who knows when it's going to stop? I mean, the whole alphabet is included in this movement. So more power to everybody on whatever you want to do with yourself. I think that
You
we're
talk
gonna.
here about you talk here though about the power of choice.
Mm,
What about for the people
hmm
that strip themselves of the ability to choose? The people that maintain a victim mentality, the people that feel like they don't have the power to make a decision. What about those people?
So for those people, I mean, my heart goes out to them, and it's for all people, really, because we all still go through that. And so we have mental health mechanisms that we use to deal with those things, traumas that we have in our life. Some people are able to elevate out of trauma. Some people are stuck in it. I think it takes, again, this is all about the lifestyle. It takes a community to help you get out of whatever trauma that you're in. I never really, this is why we have friends. They are the psychiatrists. Okay. This is why you have family, although you have to be careful with both. They are the psychiatrists. As many people as you can talk to, help yourself process this information. Really, if you talk to yourself, which they tell you is unhealthy, you'll
I call
process it.
BS.
Right. You'll process this. If you start talking to yourself, so this podcasting is such a mental health greatness, because if people just put the camera in front of themselves and just talk about something that's a trauma, and then listen to themselves, healing comes through that. And so this is why podcasting is great. This is why I want to particularly do podcasting, because it's a mental health thing that we need to help people before they turn this into Borgs.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Is mental health, increasing one's ability to find solace, is solace the right word? Is increasing, how do I say this?
Keep it simple for the audience.
What's the goal of the show?
The goal of the show is just to reach out to people and to just keep them interested in different taboo topics. For example, you're gonna hate me for this, Tiffany, but penis size. I'm just throwing it out there. People don't be, but this is just a thing we should talk about for men and women. It's an educational thing. We should actually offer a real doctor who sees many of them every day and have them come up here and give their opinion, or not, excuse me, opinion, but the scientific facts about it. Because
scientifical, I like it.
Yeah,
it's very scientifical.
Again, that's the that's the mental health towards relationships. A lot of relationships break down because of sex. And so we should talk about that, just like we did in PE.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That would be an interesting guest to have on, though.
It would be
a no crap doctor.
Yeah, and it's somebody with a little wit.
Yeah, pair them up nicely.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
There you go.
Okay. So then, is a co-host what you're looking for, or are you looking for more of guest speakers? Are you looking for a litany of different guests to offer different viewpoints, perspectives on various topics as they relate to different aspects of mental health?
Exactly. And I think you're exactly on the mark with that. We want to present all perspectives from the masculine side and from the feminine side. So we'll have a male doctor and a female doctor, vice and versa, and we'll give them a COVID topic. I don't know, it's something that is taboo that we need to talk about, because people tend to run away from things that we need to talk about. Okay. We'll talk about domestic violence, and we'll have people who have researched it or been through those traumas on the masculine and the feminine side, the vice and the versa, and we're going to have them talk about it. It doesn't just have to be me. The platform is for everybody who wants to get on and share the dynamic and how, remember when you were in English class, middle school, and they were like, yeah, you're gonna learn how to brainstorm. And so one of the ways you learn how to brainstorm was the rings. And so you put the two rings together, and then there was a common area amongst the rings. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
And so what vice versa is, it's the two rings, and it's the differences, but it's the common areas.
I like it. Are you talking like a Venn diagram?
If that's what it's called.
That's what it's called.
Google, Siri. Hey, Siri.
Hey, Siri. Is what we're talking about a Venn diagram? Let's see. Oh, shoot. It is a widely used diagram style that shows the logical relation between two sets, popularized by John Venn in the 1880s.
There it is.
And they're used to teach elementary set theory and to illustrate simple set relationships.
I said middle school. I mean, I was off.
Probability, logic, statistics, linguistics, and computer science. Thank you, Wikipedia.
Yes. Okay, Wiki, thank you. There you go. I mean, I'm not here to prove myself right to anybody. What I'm here to do is just give you a new perspective. We run around and listen to Elon Musk, and he's out of control. We run around here listening to Donald Trump. We run around here listening to Sleepy Joe. Like, fuck these motherfuckers, yo. Let's put some people in perspective. There's a lot of educated people out here. Do you know how many people actually go to school and have really good opinions about shit? I've been corrected by some of my friends. So many, my perception has been corrected by so many of my friends, just telling them what I think about a subject matter. And then they're like, well, what about this? And I'm like, wow, I've changed my perspective. So we got to stop letting, we got to just monitor who's creating content, in a sense. We got to discern your personal self. You have to discern. We don't need the police or the internet police or anything like that. We just, you just got to start making sure you're putting the right content in your body. And health is wealth. That's what they say. So how does that add up now with this 2021 new millennium matrix? They keep saying that we live in a simulation. Okay, well, anyways, I'm off topic.
No, I was actually, before we hopped onto this call, I was reading a book. It's called Augmented Reality, and it came out by, it's a book by Kathy Hackle and John
Singleton. No,
gosh, Buzzard. I'm gonna butcher his name. Gosh, if you guys are listening, please don't kill us. But anyway, Kathy Hackle and co-author, and it's actually all about how technology is integrated into our reality. And so people don't think of the tech integration, as like a co-working robot that's sitting here in your house, right? Nobody thinks of what is it, the Roomba? The robot's like a little tiny robot running around your house, cleaning your house for you, making life easier for you.
I need one of those so badly for this dog. He's probably going to attack it though, but yeah, it would help life. They're trying to turn us into Borgs. Nobody's paying attention. Nobody cares. They want to be turned into a Borg.
Who is they?
The sheeple. Wake up. No.
the masses. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we tend to do as humanity.
Do you think though we're being, it's like what is it, marionettes, the people that are
The puppet strings.
the people that are at the top controlling the puppets?
Um,
Do you think it's all just like one big social experiment? Do you
yeah.
think the people at the top know what they're doing?
Yes.
Do you think the plan, the long term plan stretches 100 years into the future? Do you think
It's
what
more
we're
like
doing,
thousands, but yeah, go ahead.
yeah, do you think what we're doing, what we're living through, what we're experiencing today is
Planned out.
is
Yeah.
planned out?
Yeah, I do. I really
I do.
do. I mean, it doesn't not make sense. We are so far removed from actual history. And that's why
Mm.
history is important. And that's why reading is important. Because
You know what else is important?
what's important?
Art.
Ooh, why is art important?
Art's important because it helps with imagination,
Mm,
creativity. It helps with critical thinking skills. It helps with your ability to cope with things that you don't understand.
right.
And what's most concerning to me is how arts programs are being stripped from educational curriculum across the world, in the UK, in Australia, even here in the US. And there's this incessant need or this incessant push towards STEM. But the thing is, even engineers, even engineers need creativity, because before you actually do the work, you need that before of like expanding on what's possible. And if you don't have the ability to create, to imagine, to innovate, then you're never going to be able to get to the part where you can actually do the technical work to engineer a brighter tomorrow. And so if you want to talk about what's interesting there, that is scary that arts are being stripped.
It's funny that you brought that up. I actually asked a woman that I went to high school with out on a date, and she actually just graduated with a master's or a doctorate in art, history of art or art in general. And I'm like, so what are you doing with that? And she's like, I'm going to be working in museums. And I'm like, in my head, no offense to my friend, I love you so much. You're not going to make any money. I'm like, you know, but she's a wife. And I don't know if she wants to be a wife, but she's a wife. So somebody should take care of her. You need to take care of her, my friend. Um, but, you know, they want to turn us into Borgs. That's why they need more engineers and scientists and stuff like that. But I think it's a fine balance. Check out Michio Kaku. He's a Japanese scientist. Check out what's the black scientist? He makes everything sound so comparable. You could just understand him. Neil deGrasse Tyson. We need scientists. We do. We need engineers. We do. But those, if you check their backgrounds are exactly what you mentioned in your question. I mean, they had creative backgrounds, but they were also interested in STEM.
Why can't you be multi-passionate? Why can't you do both?
You can. Actually, I have an elder who is is versatile like that, and actually to be a masterful person who has great purpose in the world, you should have dialect, meaning understanding language in all different factions of areas. You know, you should understand mathematics to a high degree. We just don't train in that. We train in stupidity and
Hmm.
sing and dance and entertainment. See, those types of creativities are good, but they shouldn't be the main focus. Like you said, art and drawing. Why? Because that does something to the brain. Music, playing piano and strings and brass, that does something to your brain. It makes you smarter IQ wise. And so the thing is, I think
Wait, hold
punch
on. Wait. You left dance out of there.
dance, dance, the proper dance, not with the poles, but proper dance. I just dated a woman. She's a fantastic woman. I call her wifey, although she's not my wife. But she's a dancer and she's like a real dancer. She does tap and floor and ballroom and ballet. Like she is a dancer. And I'm so proud of her because although she may know how to run a pole, she is a professional, actual artist with the dance. And so that does something to your brain. And that's what it's about. We put competition between countries. And, I think STEM is focused on because China is winning when it comes to that. And Russia is winning when it comes to that because they live in dictatorial, they have a whole bunch of dicks running around telling everybody what the fuck to do. There's no women giving compassion and allowance. So we put this competition now on STEM, but we are going to space. We're going to Mars. Elon Musk said, "Hey, I'm taking people to Mars. People might die, but we gonna get there and they'll be back."
But you know what? Before that, I mean, think about how many tries before the successful launch to go to Mars, right? Like how many times did we fail? And how many times did we have to persevere, right? As a team, as a collective, as a tribe. And so I'd like to, if you would allow me, lifestyle, right?
No,
Alpha, beta, right?
No, there's no allowance.
Antoine, right? I'd like to ask a final question to you.
Okay.
We're doing episode number 1 here, right? Yeah. So podcasting ground zero. Right. We're trying this out. We're having a conversation. And here's what I'd like to close with.
Okay.
We've started again. We're recording. But God, I mean, how long have you been talking about starting this podcast? Oh my gosh, it's been what, 10 months? More than that.
Not
it's
even
been a long time.
It's been a long time.
So, with all of this, how do you persevere? How do you personally deal with things like loss and failure, right? And continue to press on day after day.
You're so good at this.
You go.
I would just say, as far as podcasting goes, I would definitely like to speak on that. Thank you for asking that question, because I've been waiting for certain people, and waiting on people gets you nowhere. People out there in the universe, don't wait for nobody. Go and do what you got to do. And whoever the universe presents to you in the first place, run with that and stop looking for people around you or people you think that are cool or that you keep up with well to help you out. You move forward. And I think what was I watching? This is bad reference, people, but just hear me out. If you don't leave your immediate friends when you leave high school, there's a statistic that you won't do as well in life. And when you leave your friends and go do you, there's a statistic that you're more successful in life. And a lot of the times with certain people, there's if you keep hanging around with males, you could tend to go to jail, get in more trouble and stuff like that. But when you separate, you become successful. So I just think that I've taken so long waiting on people. I was waiting on my sister, who originally helped create this podcast in the first place, vice versa. She had so much stuff going on in her life. Shout out to her. I was just talking to my ex-girlfriends and trying to invite them to the podcast because they know me well, but they're they're reluctant, really. They really waiting on me. But like I told you, Tiffany, and I'm waiting on you. It can't just always be one person taking initiative if we're doing a group project. So I think that's really what's taking me so long, just procrastinating and waiting on the right person when I've already been presented with the right person. And when I prayed about it and I said, God, please just bring me the person that you want me to do it with, Tiffany came, the perfect co-host ever. and so I persevere through things. Okay. I have a song called Number One Headband. I will recite the hook for you. And it's
right.
I'm a real hustler. I'm always on. Number one headband. It's always on. How'd I get here? I hustled on. In the Lord, I trusted on. Shit. And then I'll leave it there. But, you have to keep going no matter who cheats on you. You have to keep going no matter who plays you in business. You have to keep going no matter what friends backstab you. You have to live this simulation called life.
Mm.
Get over it. We all want to commit suicide at some point. We don't talk about it. There's a taboo topic. But we all say that to ourselves. I wish I would just die.
Oh my gosh, I wish I was dead.
Yeah, and like and knock on wood, we don't wish that for anybody or any, ourselves. But what I'm saying is that we still have to get on with it. Like, and then eventually when you wake up the next day or a couple of days or 2 weeks after, or however long it takes you, remember to get out the trauma, you got to keep on walking and you got to keep on stepping. And so I just choose to keep on stepping. I don't have a choice. People are relying on me, like my daughter, my dog, and people believe in me. Although I have a lot of haters, and I say that I have the number one headband because a lot of people want to be me, and I'm like, why? I wanted to be this person, and I wanted to be that person, and there was so many people I wanted to be that I just crashed them together, and I became that person, i.e., lifestyle AB Antoine. And my car was stolen recently.
Oh my gosh.
AMG E43 Mercedes Benz 2017, perfect condition, 42,000 miles on the dash. Okay, like I got this car for $40,000. It was wow. It was a used car, but I mean, that was a steal for an AMG. I came home yesterday and I came to, check on the dog. And, when I came back outside, I locked the doors and everything. I'm pretty particular about that car. It's a nice car. I talked to my neighbor before I even went in the house. I know I locked the doors. And when I came back out 10 minutes later, my car was gone. And at first I was like, it might have been towed. I said, why would it be towed? It hasn't been towed in almost 2 years, as long as I've had it. So I just started to realize, I said, dang, people don't like me. They don't like my lifestyle. But then I said to myself, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's just an emotion from the subconscious. Process through that. We don't know what's going on. I can't assume anything. And I don't have a car because I had 2 cars, Tiffany, if you remember. And I gave my car to my younger cousin, who I love and understand where he's at, because I've had 2 people in my life give me cars. I've had 2 cars given, 3 really given to me. And so I gave him a car because I understand where he's in life, karma, right? So we want to give back. And so I'm not going to Indian give and ask him for my car back now that I don't have a car. But it's like, wow, why, universe, why? But I said to myself, no. I've done a lot of the internal work and inner reflection on myself from the traumas of my childhood. I am not a victim. Back to the victim. I'm not a victim. I'm going to buy another AMG. It's going to be better and even more enticing for me to drive. I don't owe anything. It's not my fault. I pay my bills on time. Everything is paid on time and everything is at zero balance. I didn't do anything wrong. You know what? We're going to ball harder. We're going to go harder. We're going to take this step back to take 3 large steps forward.
I love that.
You're going to use this as ammunition and fire, and we're going to control ourselves, because I read books like Outwitting the Devil, and I read books like Powernomics by Anderson Cooper, Dr. John Claude Anderson, excuse me. I listen to people like Dame Dash. We're going to control our emotions. We're going to let those things pass through us because we're human. I watched the movie In and Out. If I need to cry, I'm going to go upstairs and cry. But that car really meant a lot of things to me. It was very sentimental. And the reason why is it just took a long time to get. I'm 35. I could have waited another 10 years to buy that car. I could have bought it brand new and just, had lower payments and lower car insurance and things like that. But I don't have a wife, and I live a nice life, and I work hard, and I take care of my daughter really well. I'm a very good father. And So we're gonna look good. I mean, I don't really put too much money in my dress. I should. Everybody says appearance is everything, but the car is really a monumental milestone for me. Like, hey, I got to a point where I never thought I would get to, but I can get another one. It's a material thing. When I die, God forbid, anytime soon, Lord, I need at least another 50 years, 100 years, if I can do that, transfer my mind into a clone. When I die, I cannot take that car with me. And the Bible says that you can't take things with you when you leave, even though the pharaohs thought that you could. And I think it was just symbolic. The pharaohs knew that we had wealth, and when we travel on, we're going to have wealth when we leave and go wherever we're going. And so I have that wealth in my inside person. It's here inside of me. Whether nobody supports me or not, I have to support myself. I have to love myself. And, I have a mission. Remember, the mission is to help children and to help people in general to be better people. And so if I give up on my mission, if you choose not to take this mission will self-destruct in 5, 4, 3, 2. Do I want that mission to be self-destructed? Do I want to give up on hope in life for people? No, I can't give up.
And that's how you persevere.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, on that note, I feel like that is a great place to close today. What do you think?
I couldn't have done this without you. Everybody give Tiffany a round of applause. She's a finance consultant and a mediator of business minds. And I really appreciate her husband allowing us to have her time, because he should be championed as well. And she should be put on a pedestal that is made of the finest steel so that no one could ever be knocking it down. It needs to be reinforced with concrete and the toughest steel that we could find. The most fabulous steel, Donald Trump.
Can I have it reinforced with love and kindness instead?
We're going to reinforce it with love and kindness instead.
Love and kindness and kumbaya.
Kuna Matata.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just speaking with my mom a few minutes ago, and she goes, Tiffany, you know what you do? And I said, what do I do? And she goes, you walk into chaos and create calm on Teams.
Send her into Palestine.
I was like, oh my gosh, Mommy, that was like the best thing ever that you could have told me. Yeah, I walk into chaos and I create calm.
Yeah, that's called global conflict resolution. There's a master's degree for that.
Yeah, and you know what it is? It comes down to allowing yourself to make fun of yourself, right? Being able to laugh at yourself, being able to laugh at the hilarity of the world, and then just moving the fuck on.
Tiffany, how did you become that person that wanted to solve global conflicts? I mean, not that that's really what you're trying to do, but how did
Wouldn't
you
it be great if that?
How did you come
possible?
to that? I mean, you really, the thing is like, it's like this, Tiffany. And then I need you to answer this question thoroughly.
Oh,
we
God.
always go to God, right? Whoever we believe in, and we say,
Yeah.
God,
oh, God.
yeah, God, help me, But we never just one day when everything's going well and just look up and say, hey, yo, God, how you doing? Cuz like, how was your day today, Lord? So Tiffany, how, not that you're God, but you are a goddess, how did you become this person that helped me get through these things, that that wants to build the right business, and you know what I'm saying? How did you get to that point?
To be honest, I have no freaking idea. Real life just takes you in real weird, strange places, to be honest. You think that your life is going to be one way, and then, I'm married to a military guy, of course. And so every time you think that you've got it, you have to move on. And so here we are in DC, right? And who comes here? the 2 days after DC shuts down. This girl, March 19th, 2020, right? And so it's been a year, 14 months trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to do with my life again. And so circumstances presented themselves. And in January, I was presented with my first consulting opportunity. I thought it was going to have something to do with, I don't know, helping people become better executive assistants or administrative assistants, because that's what I had done for a decade. Well, turns out the person that I'm consulting with in the finance industry said, you don't help people become better executive assistants. You help create cohesion and chaos. That's what you do. You help us. You've created a path where we can, where we have a positive vision of the future. You help us transform into a high performing team. That's what you help us with. So how did I come into being a mentor, an advisor, a consultant? Well, it's all just happenstance. And isn't the best things in life crazy ass opportunities like this? So that's how I got into it. It was pure luck. And luck, I've heard, is when preparation meets opportunity.
That's correct, by the way. I've heard that before. That is correct.
Yeah, so I must have my prior experience must have helped shape me to tackle this opportunity, whatever this happens to be. I don't know.
You are a goddess with a foundation of love, and yeah, you are gonna shine.
Love makes the world turn, baby. You know.
It does. I don't understand what's going on with the world right now. Why are they trying to reduce our emotional capacity? They want us to be Borgs. They don't want you to lash out and be angry about anything. They want you to control your emotions. Take this pill. See, there's movies about this. Mm-hmm. Take this pill. It's going to reduce your emotions, and we're going to make a Borg society, a hive society. I don't know, but you're great. And I couldn't have done this without you. This has been a phenomenal first podcasting
episode, whatever this happens to be. We'll see when you press publish. and we'll go forth, and I guess on the next one we'll talk about some other taboo topic.
Yeah, we'll actually get into subjects and do some research and present you guys with, we're going to do the best we can to represent. I'm going to represent the masculine, and she's going to represent the feminine. And
with love and kindness and butterflies and rainbows and puppy dogs and all of the frilly dilly stuff that comes with femininity.
And I'm going to try to come with weights and cars and football and farts and burps and scratching of nut sacks. Yes. No, we're just going to try to do our best to give the best perception from the entirety and just lay out the facts for you guys and let you guys make your own discernment.
I like it. All right. Until next time, what do you think?
Until next time, Tiffany, I will see you and see the rest of you all. Goodbye and good night.
Goodbye and good night.